All right, so we've started talking about fractions, and today we're going to talk about simplifying fractions and changing them from mixed to improper and improper to mixed. All three of those things are part of what we're going to do today. So I want to start with these three definitions that are on the front of your foldable. Who would like to read the definition for mixed number? Okay, I'm going to go with Lazaria.
Mixed number, a number with a fraction and a whole number.
Good, okay, so it's got a whole number part and a fraction part. Bryce, would you read improper fraction for us?
A fraction where the top number is bigger than the bottom number.
Good. So improper fractions, we never want to be our final answer to something. We're going to use them for something, but we don't ever want to leave our final answer like that. Madison, go ahead and read simplify.
Make all improper fractions into mixed numbers and make sure that all fractions have no full fractions.
Okay, so when it says simplify, there are two parts to that. Number one, you want to make sure the top number is never bigger than the bottom number. And number two, you want to make sure that there are no common factors between the top and the bottom, which we usually call reducing a fraction. So those are the things you're looking for. So let's start with going from improper to mixed and mixed to improper. So open up to the inside and let's talk about this example. All right, so this is how to change from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So they've given us this improper fraction, 24 and 7. Okay, and you watched a video, if you were on top of things, you watched a video about this. What did we call the 7? Who remembers what we called the 7? You can say it.
Denominator.
In the video, what did we call the bottom number?
Dividend.
There was a video you watched for homework, hopefully, and I called this something particular. Nobody remembers?
I don't remember anything about that being in the video.
So that could be a problem that you didn't watch the video. There was a horse and a rider. So which one is the horse? Which, you say it?
7.
Ah, you did watch the video. All right. So, and if you didn't watch the video, if you don't have a clue what we're talking about, you need to watch that video because I'm going to talk about the horse and rider all year. Hold on. Okay, so the bottom number is the horse. We never put the horse in the house because he messes everything up. So this 7 is never going to be in the house. So it says divide the bottom into the top every time. A few people will try to divide this one into that one. You never ever do that. You always divide this one into this one. And if you can think of the horse and rider, you'll just remember the horse never goes inside the house. So you're never going to put the horse right here. It's always going to be on the outside. Okay, because horses don't go in houses, right? They stay outside. Okay, so the fraction 24 over 7. Let me get my pen going here. Okay, so we have the division problem, 7 into 24. Divide it out, and we get 3. It went in 3 whole times. Okay, and we had 3 left over. Y'all see that? Okay, now here's the part that some people get confused. So the 3, it went in 3 whole times, so our whole number is 3. And then we start from the top and we go around the world. So we go here, that's the top number of our fraction, 3. And then we go here and that gives the bottom of our fraction, 7. So in other words, it went 3 whole times and we had 3 out of 7 left. That's really what that means, 3 out of 7 left. Okay? All right, any questions on that before we move to the next? Let's go to the examples. We had 3 examples. Let's do the first one together. Okay, so the first one says 35 over 6. So which number goes in the house? 35, good, because that's the rider, right? That's the person. The one that stays outside is 6 because that's the horse. Now, I will tell you, especially on these, because these are pretty simple problems, you don't have to show me all of the steps. You don't have to write out that division problem because some of them are really easy to do in your head. I'm going to do it for our purposes of example, but when you're solving these, you don't have to write this whole thing out, okay? All right, so 6 goes into 35 how many times? 5 times. That's 30. Subtract. We have 5 left. So our whole number is 5. It went in 5 whole times. That's what that number is. and then go around the world, remember? And it's 5 over, so our answer is 5 and 5, 6, or 5 and 5 over 6. Okay? So the next one is 18 over 6. So 18 goes in the house, 6 goes outside because 6 is the horse. Never put the horse in the house. He messes everything up. So 6 goes into 18 how many times? 3. That's 18. Subtract. We get 0. We're going to follow the exact same steps. So our whole number is 3. And then if we go around the world, we have 0 over 6. Now some of you are thinking, well, I don't need 0 over 6 because that's just 0. And that is a very true statement. And I'm not going to write that again next time. But I wanted you to see that this process works every single time. And this is not a wrong answer. It's not wrong to put 3 and 0 over 6 because 0 over 6 is just 0. But normally you wouldn't write that. You would just write, oops, you would just write just 3. Okay? I just wanted to put that there so you could see it. All right, go ahead and do 43 over 5. And then we're going to talk about it in just a second. All right, so what's our whole number? 8. And then remember, you're starting at the top and you're going around the world. So our top number for our fraction is 3. Our bottom number is 5. Okay, a few people will put those numbers in the wrong places. Just remember, start at the top, go around in a circle. Okay, so if we're going from a mixed number to an improper fraction, the steps are MAD, multiply, add, done, and then bring over your denominator. Now, some people earlier today were telling me that they heard multiply, add, divide. I don't know where they're getting the divide from because that doesn't belong. So if someone told you that, I don't think that's correct unless I misunderstand the way they're teaching it. So just know, multiply, add, done. MAD, multiply, add, done. Because you're going to multiply here, and you're going to add right here. So you start at the bottom. The other one we started at the top, we're going to start at the bottom. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 more is 11. That's how we get the top number. Okay? And then we just bring over the denominator. So it's 11 over 4. Now, someone asked me earlier today, so well, shouldn't we simplify that? No, the reason we're not simplifying it is because this is not the answer to a question. This is because when we do math, when we do multiplying and dividing, we have to have an improper fraction to do it. We can't multiply any other way. So just so you know, that this is not a final answer. If you were giving me an answer, you would give me this one. You wouldn't give me 11 over 4. Okay? All right, so let's do 2 and 5, 6 together real quick. So, and I don't really care if you write the little multiply and add, but if it helps you do it. So we're going to multiply here, we're going to add right there. So we start at the bottom. 6 times 2 is?
12.
Plus another 5 is? 17. Good, so our top number is 17 over, and remember we're just going to bring our denominator over. So 17 over 6. So 2 and 5, 6 is 17 over 6 as an improper fraction. Okay, go ahead and do 3 and 1/5. All right, what did you get for the top number? 16, right? Because we have 5 times 3 is 15, plus another one is 16 over 5. Just bring our denominator over. Good, 16 over 5.